Florida's housing market is heating up faster than a summer day in Miami. Which cities are seeing home prices jump by 50%, 70%, even over $3 million in just 5 years? Could your next big move or smart investment be in one of these booming spots? With over 150,000 new residents moving to Florida last year alone, demand is soaring and values are following fast. Imagine buying today and watching your property climb by $200,000, $500,000, even $1 million. So, which markets are leading the pack in 2025? Let's dive into the top 10 fastest booming housing markets in Florida. Number 10. Miami. Miami isn't just a city, it's a vibe, a dream, and for many, a hot real estate jackpot. Picture this. The typical home value here has soared to $595,318. Yep, that's up from just $368,376 5 years ago, a jaw-dropping plus 61.6% increase. Over the past year alone, values ticked up another 1.4%, adding roughly $7,983 to the average home. For a market this mature, that's still impressive. Why is Miami booming? First off, it's a magnet for out-of-state buyers, especially from New York, California, and even Latin America. In fact, over 150,000 people moved to Florida in 2024, and guess where a big chunk landed? That's right, sunny Miami. On top of that, international cash buyers make up 23% of sales here, one of the highest rates in the US. Let's talk lifestyle, because buyers aren't just chasing numbers. Miami boasts 248 days of sunshine a year, 15 miles of beaches, a sizzling art scene, and of course, world-famous nightlife. No state income tax? Bonus. That's saving newcomers thousands per year compared to high-tax states. Now, inventory is tight. Only about 2.4 months of supply when 5 to 6 months is considered a balanced market. Translation? Sellers have the upper hand, and bidding wars are still happening in hot neighborhoods like Brickell, Edgewater, and Miami Shores. In Brickell, condos jumped 72% in 5 years. Insane? But it's not all glam. Affordability is a challenge. The typical Miami buyer now spends 42% of income on housing, above the 30% affordable threshold. That's pushing some locals to rent, which is why Miami's median rent is also high at $2,800 per month. Still, with Wall Street firms opening offices, tech companies relocating, and remote workers craving that coastal life, demand shows no signs of cooling. So if you're watching this and dreaming of a Miami move, better act fast because the Magic City's housing market is still on. Number 9. Hialeah. Hialeah is one of those cities that quietly steals the show in Florida's booming housing market. Nestled in the heart of Miami-Dade County, this vibrant city of over 220,000 people has seen home values rocket. The typical home value in Hialeah is now $455,974, and here's the kicker. That's up approximately 84% over the past 5 years. In the last 12 months alone, values jumped another 1.4%. So, what's driving this boom? First, Hialeah is perfectly located, close to downtown Miami, the beaches, and Miami International Airport. But unlike some ritzy areas, it offers more affordable homes, making it wildly popular with first-time buyers and working families. And with South Florida's insane population growth, demand here is through the roof. Also, Hialeah's culture is a big draw. It's a true Cuban-American hub. Nearly 95% of residents are Hispanic, which gives the city a unique flavor you won't find anywhere else. Think amazing restaurants, vibrant festivals, and an unbeatable sense of community. Buyers love this vibe. Inventory is tight too. Only 2.5 months of supply, meaning sellers can command top dollar. And with median rents hovering around $2,500 a month, many renters are making the jump to buy. Plus, local wages are rising, helping more families qualify for mortgages. Another factor? Investors. About 18% of recent buyers in Hialeah were investors snapping up single-family homes and duplexes. Why? Because the cash flow here is solid, and demand for rentals is strong. Bottom line, Hialeah is booming because it offers great value in a hot market. And with Miami prices soaring, more buyers are discovering this gem. If you're looking for a dynamic, culturally rich city with strong growth potential, Hialeah might just be your perfect match. Number 8. Golden Beach. Golden Beach is where Florida's elite come to live the dream. And wow, have home prices exploded. Nestled on a tiny stretch of oceanfront between Sunny Isles and Hallandale Beach, Golden Beach is ultra-exclusive, with just about 400 homes total. The typical home here now costs a jaw-dropping $7,090,378. Yes, over $7 million. That's up an astonishing plus 91.4% in just 5 years. Even this past year, prices climbed another $44,109. That's plus 0.6%. Not bad for a luxury market where prices are already sky high. Why the boom? First, no high-rises are allowed here. Zoning laws protect the town's serene, private vibe. Every home is a single-family estate, many with private docks, beachfront access, or both. In other words, land is ultra-scarce. And when supply is limited, prices soar. Second, this is a billionaire magnet. Recent years saw tech moguls, hedge fund managers, and international elites buying second or even third homes here. About 28% of sales in the past 2 years were all cash deals, big money driving big prices. And with Miami's luxury market booming overall, Golden Beach remains one of the most sought-after spots. The median income here? Over $250,000 per year. And many residents earn far more. Inventory? Practically non-existent. There are often fewer than 10 homes on the market at any given time, creating fierce competition. If you dream of living where A-listers play, with gated streets, private beach access, and multi-million-dollar views, Golden Beach is it. Just bring a fat wallet. Number 7. Pinerest. Pinerest, where luxury meets laid-back living. Tucked just south of Miami, this leafy suburb has quietly become one of the hottest housing markets in Florida. And when I say hot, I mean sizzling. The typical home value here has shot up to $2,146,500. That's right, over $2 million. In the past 5 years, prices have skyrocketed by plus 108.5%, more than doubling. Even in the past year alone, values climbed another $33,647 plus 1.6%. So what's fueling this boom? First off, Pinerest offers the best of both worlds. Peaceful, tree-lined neighborhoods with giant lots, think half-acre to full-acre estates, yet just 20 minutes from downtown Miami. That makes it a favorite for high-earning professionals, CEOs, and celebrities. And it's not just about the homes. Pinerest is packed with perks. The public parks are gorgeous, there's a strong community vibe, and top-rated schools, both public and private, add serious family appeal. That's why so many buyers with kids zero in on this area. Inventory is super tight, with fewer than 3 months of supply, and new construction is rare due to limited land. Bidding wars are common, especially for modern estates and renovated mid-century gems. And here's a cool stat. Nearly 30% of purchases in Pinerest over the past year were all cash. The luxury market is alive and well. Median household incomes here are among the highest in Florida, often exceeding $150,000 per year. But affordability? Well, let's just say Pinerest isn't for bargain hunters. The median mortgage payment here easily tops $9,000 a month. Still, for those who can afford it, Pinerest offers unmatched privacy, beauty, and lifestyle. No wonder this leafy paradise keeps climbing Florida's fastest-growing list. Number 6. Homestead. Homestead is Florida's under-the-radar boomtown. Just 35 miles south of Miami, this once sleepy city is now one of the fastest-growing housing markets in the state. The typical home value here is now $459,728, up an eye-popping plus 74.1% over 5 years. In the past 12 months alone, values rose another $6,241 plus 1.4%. Why is Homestead booming? 3 words: affordability, location, and growth. Compared to Miami's sky-high prices, Homestead offers serious value. You can still find beautiful new construction homes here for under $500,000. And with the new Brightline train expanding south and faster highway connections, commuting to Miami is easier than ever. Population growth is fueling demand, too. The city's population has jumped over 15% in the last decade, and it's still rising. Young families and first-time buyers are flocking here because it's one of the few South Florida markets where homeownership is still attainable. Investors are also taking notice. About 20% of sales last year were to investors who see strong rental demand. And rents are rising fast, with median rents now around $2,400 per month. Homestead's appeal isn't just about affordability. It's also home to Homestead Miami Speedway, beautiful nearby parks like Everglades National Park and Biscayne National Park, and charming small-town vibes. With limited inventory, around 2.7 months supply, and surging demand, this market shows no signs of slowing down. Homestead is a place where today's buyers could see big gains in the years ahead. Keep an eye on this one. Number 5. Gainesville. Gainesville, home of the University of Florida, has been quietly booming. The typical home value here is now $292,878, up a hefty plus 46.8% in the past 5 years. Even this past year, prices edged up another $2,306 plus 0.8%. So what's behind Gainesville's growth? It starts with strong demand. The university brings a constant influx of students, faculty, and healthcare professionals. Plus, UF Health is one of Florida's largest employers. Translation: a steady stream of buyers and renters. Affordability is also key. Compared to pricier metros like Miami or Orlando, Gainesville offers tremendous value. You can still buy a solid home here for under $300,000, and property taxes are relatively low. That's attracting buyers from across the state and beyond. The city is growing fast, too. Gainesville's population has climbed by over 10% in the past decade, and new businesses are moving in. The city's tech and healthcare sectors are booming, adding high-paying jobs and fueling demand for housing. Rents are climbing as well. Median rents here now hover around $1,900 per month, which is drawing investors. In fact, about 22% of recent home sales were to investors looking for strong rental returns. With inventory tight, under 3 months supply, bidding wars are becoming more common, especially for homes near the university and popular neighborhoods like Duck Pond, Haley Plantation, and Millhopper. Bottom line? Gainesville may be known for football and college vibes, but its housing market is no joke. It's one of Florida's most dynamic, and still affordable, places to buy. Number 4. Miramar. If you're looking for a booming market with big city convenience and suburban charm, Miramar should be on your radar. Tucked between Miami and Fort Lauderdale, this Broward County gem is having a moment. The typical home value in Miramar now sits at $534,064. And get this, that's up a strong plus 54.9% over the past 5 years. Even though the past year saw a smaller rise plus 0.2%, long-term growth here is undeniable. So why is Miramar booming? Location, location, location. You're just 25 minutes from both downtown Miami and Fort Lauderdale, and minutes from major highways like I-75 and the Florida Turnpike. This makes it a commuter's dream, and an attractive spot for remote workers too. Plus, Miramar is family-friendly to the core. The city boasts over 40 parks, top-rated charter and public schools, and a thriving cultural scene. That's why so many professionals and families are flocking here. Population growth? You bet. The city has added over 20,000 new residents in the past decade. Another factor driving housing demand is affordability, or at least relative affordability. Compared to its pricier neighbors, Miramar offers more space for the money. While median Miami prices hover near $600,000, Miramar gives buyers newer homes, bigger lots, and great amenities for less. Rents are rising too. Median rent here is now around $3,000 a month, one of the highest in Broward County. Investors are noticing. Roughly 19% of recent sales in Miramar were to investors seeking strong rental returns. Inventory? Still tight, just about 2.5 months supply, keeping upward pressure on prices. Hot neighborhoods like Silver Lakes, Monarch Lakes, and Sunset Lakes see bidding wars all the time. In short, Miramar checks all the boxes: location, lifestyle, and long-term value. It's no wonder this market keeps climbing Florida's fastest-growing list. If you want to be close to the action, but still enjoy space and community, Miramar is calling. Number 3. Coral Gables. Coral Gables, aka the City Beautiful, is pure elegance with a tropical twist. Just southwest of downtown Miami, this historic city is one of Florida's most coveted addresses, and its housing market absolutely booming. The typical home value here has surged to $1,494,353, with prices up an incredible plus 87.0% over the past 5 years. The past year alone added another $43,252 plus 3.0% to average home values. So what makes Coral Gables so desirable? First, it's drop-dead gorgeous. Think Mediterranean-style architecture, tree-lined boulevards, and historic landmarks like the Biltmore Hotel. You won't find cookie-cutter subdivisions here. Every block is unique and dripping with charm. Location is another huge draw. You're just 10 minutes from Miami's financial district, 15 minutes from Miami International Airport, and close to the University of Miami. That's why it attracts wealthy professionals, university faculty, and international buyers. Affluence runs deep here. Median household incomes top $140,000 per year, and nearly 35% of purchases last year were all cash. Luxury condos and waterfront estates are hot commodities, and buyers are willing to pay a premium. Investors and developers also love Coral Gables. Boutique condo projects and luxury townhomes are popping up, drawing well-heeled buyers from across the U.S. and abroad. And with inventory under 3 months, demand keeps outpacing supply. Rents are high too. Median rent here exceeds $4,000 a month, among the priciest in the Miami metro. No surprise given Coral Gables' prestige, safety, and walkable downtown packed with fine dining, art galleries, and upscale shops. Bottom line, Coral Gables blends timeless beauty with unbeatable convenience. For buyers chasing both luxury and long-term value, this market is pure gold. No wonder it ranks among Florida's fastest-climbing housing markets. Number 2. Fiser Island. Fiser Island, where luxury isn't just a lifestyle, it's a way of life. Just off the coast of Miami Beach, this ultra-exclusive island community is accessible only by private ferry or yacht. No cars, no public roads, just pure opulence. And wow, are home prices soaring. The typical home value here is now a jaw-dropping $5,926,362. Over the past 5 years, values have skyrocketed by plus 87.6%. And even in the past year, prices climbed another $230,971 plus 4.1%. So what's driving the boom? Well, first, Fiser Island is the ultimate members-only address. With only about 800 residents, it offers unrivaled privacy and security. Think gated, guarded ferry terminals, no public access, and luxury everything, from a world-class marina to a private beach club, golf course, tennis center, and spa. And buyers here? Think global billionaires, A-list celebrities, and Fortune 500 execs. Nearly 70% of purchases on Fiser Island are all cash, with many units selling above list price. This is a playground for the ultra-rich, and demand is global, with buyers from Europe, Latin America, and the US flocking to snag a piece of paradise. Inventory is ultra-tight. Typically fewer than 15 properties are on the market at any given time. With limited new development and strong demand, prices continue climbing. Plus, many buyers see Fiser Island homes as a hedge, a safe place to park wealth in uncertain times. And it's not just about the homes. The island offers resort-level amenities, stunning skyline views, and absolute privacy. A rare find even in Miami's luxury market. Bottom line, if you want to rub elbows with billionaires and wake up to private ocean views, Fiser Island is as elite as it gets, and its housing market shows no signs of slowing. Number 1. Lake Buena Vista. The fastest booming housing market in Florida isn't a big city. It's magical Lake Buena Vista. Nestled in Orange County near Orlando, this tiny enclave is home to, you guessed it, much of Walt Disney World. And wow, have home prices exploded. The typical home value here is now a staggering $5,570,655. Over the past year alone, values skyrocketed by $456,106, was 8.9%, one of the biggest one-year jumps in the entire state. So what's going on here? Well, first, Lake Buena Vista is incredibly unique. It's not a typical residential city. In fact, it's mostly controlled by Disney itself. But the few private homes and luxury condos that do exist, they're some of the most desirable in Central Florida. Demand is off the charts thanks to Disney's massive expansion projects, booming Orlando tourism, and out-of-state buyers seeking second homes near the parks. Plus, Florida's no-income tax advantage continues to attract wealthy buyers from New York, California, and abroad. Inventory? Practically non-existent. With very few properties ever hitting the market, bidding wars are fierce. Buyers often pay well above asking price to snag a rare slice of this magical ZIP code. The luxury factor is huge. Many homes here boast resort-level amenities, direct views of Disney fireworks, and VIP access to Disney facilities. Investors also love Lake Buena Vista. Properties here fetch premium vacation rental rates, with some earning over $200,000 per year in rental income. Bottom line, Lake Buena Vista may be small, but it's one of Florida's most dynamic and enchanting real estate markets. If you can find a home here, you're buying into magic and massive appreciation potential.